How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Oh Lonesome Ana. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
My name's Evan. How you doing? I play guitar and I sing. This is Zach.
Hello, I play the drums and I don't sing.
Oh, that's disappointing, Zach. Listen, I thought we were going to have that moment where you were going to sing, and then, honestly, I was going to be real excited. But it's excited nonetheless. I want to give a huge shout out to Bob. He always has some really great bands, so Bob, continue sending me great bands here. But I know probably this much about your band, and this is the greatest time to talk to you guys about it because, straight from the horse's mouth, you guys know all about your band. I would, fingers crossed. But the first question is that I usually ask to everybody, how did Oh Lonesome Ana start out? How'd you get all your members? What's the anthology story? How did you guys begin?
Yeah, so I played with our bass player Ashley in a band called Sun Valley Gun Club.
Ooh,
and we're from Sacramento. And we played with Zach and Jacob's band. They were called Ghost Pines, and they're from Nevada City. And so I think Sun Valley got to a place where everybody wasn't on the same page about how much they wanted to do going forward. And I think I wanted to be probably more active than anybody else wanted to be.
Sure.
And instead of keeping us kind of be able to have that name and continue to play under it if we wanted to.
Sure. Yeah.
We just kind of put that band on hiatus and we started this band. So that's kind of the short version.
You could have given hours and hours of details. I would have been just so reined in, I would have been focused on it. I guess to kind of follow up with that, your name is very unique. Where did that come from? Because that was when Bob pitched me the band, I was like, that's a very interesting name. And usually I feel like it's a very cheesy question to ask people where their band name came from, but I feel like, we'll take the cheesy moniker out and ask you the real meat of it.
So the previous band had this name that I always kind of had to explain, and it was it was very the explanation I had was sort of heady, and I wanted this one to be simpler, but it's also kind of not as simple, so it's still not simple. But I intended it to be something that I remember from childhood, and I was thinking about plants, and I remember manzanita, and there's a species of manzanita in the Santa Cruz Mountains, which is, we're all from Northern California. That's where I consider myself to be from North California. So there's a species of manzanita called Oh Lonesome Ana, and it's that's a portmanteau with Oh Lonesome Me, the country song by Don Gibson. So it's Oh Lonesome Ana. Yeah.
Wow, I would have never.
So it's plant based. The name is plant based.
That. I was just gonna make a terrible vegan joke, but I don't want to. We're not gonna go there. I was gonna say you guys are just, the plant-based band.
We're plant based. Yeah. I like flowers, and I remember, I remember running around in Manzanita and stuff, and so it has this kind of visceral childhood kind of thing for me personally, and also. I think a flowery name was that was kind of either plant or animal based is kind of where I was kind of thinking. So I was looking through the guidebook of plants from so that's really where it came from.
Did you have any others that were on the chopping block that you were it could have been this,
Names are terrible, right?
It's the worst.
We need a signifier for the thing that we become. You need a some sort of an identifier for the group, and so you put a name, and if people are familiar with you, the name becomes a signifier for what you are and what you do.
Yeah.
But before then, every name is dumb. I always say the Beatles is the worst band name. It's terrible, right? It's Beat and then Beatles. It's really, really bad. But nobody thinks about how bad the name is when they hear Beatles. They just say, oh, that's the most famous band of all time. At a certain point, it doesn't matter. But every name is dumb when you've never heard of a band.
That's you know what, that's a good point to make. I didn't really put the two together, but if I saw a local band called the Beatles, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, really could have came up with anything better at that point.
It's an
If they weren't
awful.
like the iconic Beatles band, but
No, 100%. Yeah. There's very few really, really good band names. And I think sometimes your band name can be so good that it actually overshadows the music itself. Like where your band, people, if you hear a band name that's like Diarrhea Planet, right? The first time I heard Diarrhea Planet, I was like, that's a crazy name, and in some ways, like Diarrhea Planet is like the name was always like a shocking thing that sometimes people couldn't get over. Like
yeah.
it kind of was so good that it almost overshadowed the band, and they're a tremendous band. So yeah.
Now I have to go check them out because I'm just so enamored that a band decided to name themselves amongst literally any other name. We're like at the drawing board. They're like, you know what? I feel like it's got to be Diarrhea Planet. That's like, let's mark that up. And then everybody's like, yeah, Diarrhea Planet. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I would have never. I would have been like, why would you ever want to name your band Diarrhea Planet?
There's a band too, other favorite toilet band, Fart Barf from Los Angeles, who play really, really cool like electro rock music. Yeah.
I just want to have a bunch of obscure like bands like that on this channel. So if you have a very obscure name,
you should check out Fart Barf.
I will check out.
I recommend them very, very highly. Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on that one, sir.
Their record, Dirty Power. I think it came out.
Oh my god, they're just continuing
really,
with the puns.
really
That's
good,
great.
really good.
Yeah, I'm
Really good.
I'm on board now. I'm a fan. Like
You should be.
I feel like this is. I feel like that name, like you said, it just kind of you're like, now I gotta check it out. Like, what type of music do they make? Like, do they all dress up like like items in a cleaning closet? Like one's like the plunger. One dresses up as like the toilet wand.
So they have like these humanoid like ape costumes, and they all dress like space mechanics.
I feel like they really missed out on an opportunity to just be like space janitors.
It could maybe that's what they're going. Actually, maybe that's what they're going for. Space janitors. Yeah.
Wow, we cracked the code, guys. It's over. Yeah. I can continue close out the channel now. Now that I have no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No. I'm probably gonna be doing this shit for way longer than I probably should be. But completely went off the wall with that. Listen, that was great.
That's what we're here for.
I love the backstory behind the name because I feel like with names sometimes like you can really like. I guess you can really kind of get an idea of how a band sounds. Like, I feel like even with the sound and listening to some of the music that you guys have released thus far, like, it does have that kind of, like, flowery kind of indie rock feel to it. So I don't know if that obviously is intentional. But it's the power of suggestion. Now I'm like, I'm just going to envision a bunch of, like, flowers, like, behind your music. And now I'm, it's gonna be wild.
Cues are always like important to say. Oh, this is what Like I started wearing a cowboy hat for a long time ago, playing, and the thing that I was here after would be like, oh, you sound kind of like you got this cool country thing going. It was like, no, I just put on a cowboy hat. That was all that happened.
You'll never see me wear a cowboy hat on this interview channel unless like I hit 1 million, and then. Honestly, at that point, that's the million cowboy hats.
5K. You do a little bit at a time. 5K subscribers.
I'm close. Cowboy. I'm halfway. I'm like about a little less than half at that point.
We can get you there.
Okay. Cool,
5K
guys.
Subscribers, cowboy hat.
The goal, 5K, is the cowboy hat. So if you want to get me to rock a cowboy hat, I can't believe I'm saying this.
5K cowboy hat, 10K space here.
I like that. Okay, so we'll do cowboy hat to start, space janitor. I feel like I should dress up as like a movie character at like 20K, and then I'll just be a celebrity at that point. So then we'll be beyond that. We'll have passed the ether. So
we'll plan this all out.
check back, guys. We're Zach, Evan, and I are gonna be plotting out what I'm gonna be wearing for every subscriber milestone. So
Milestone.
We're passing a lot of miles.
Anyway, guys, the next question I have for you is, who influenced you to start out? Like, who kind of got you into either playing guitar or drums respectfully, and who influences your style more currently now?
I've been talking too much.
You've been talking about drumming, go.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of all the great drummers, specifically like John Bonham and then Mitch Mitchell, the guy that used to drum for Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh,
Two
nice.
of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Okay.
That guy is amazing. The live versions of Fire are just phenomenal stuff. But also, I was really heavily influenced by a somewhat local guy, Matt Caddy, out of Sacramento. My brother plays bass in a punk band, Monster Squad, and he played drums with them, and he's just phenomenal and tight and really good. So I took a lot of influence from him, and then the first two Mars Volta records were a huge influence on me in my late teens, early 20s. a lot of love for John Theodore, and then also when Thomas Pridgeon did Bedlam and Goliath, I love that album too, and I'm a big fan of his kind of like just over the top excessive drumming. But I also kind of turned away from that style as I've gotten older because it's just less is more has kind of become the name of the game.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sometimes more is more. It depends on what you're doing.
Certainly. Evan, what do you got?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I think Zach's answer is sufficient for me too.
I like that.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston, yeah.
Exclusively.
It gives you that little country twang, right? That's where you got it from. Yeah, that makes sense.
When we're out on the road, you can find Evan up late at night just learning Whitney Houston tabs.
Whitney Houston, Nine Inch Nails. I don't know. Rites of Spring.
Wow, you're all over the map here.
Yeah. I'm just naming stuff.
I'm starting to believe that these aren't actually your answers, and you're just regurgitating other answers.
Like all those,
Okay.
I like all that stuff.
Back to back, right?
No, so I was thinking recently about how like influenced I am by like the music on like Sesame Street, and how there's this, because I was listening to there's a group Diners who we kind of know-ish, and I was listening to Diners' new record, and I was thinking about how there's like this kind of like soft pop rock thing going on, like a lot of Sesame Street music, and like as I got older, I sort of like realized, like Jeff Moss is a really good songwriter. Like a lot of the early Sesame Street stuff is like Jeff Moss.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Sesame Street probably has a pretty like heavy impact on. Yeah.
That's a first. I don't think I've ever had anybody reference Sesame Street as a musical influence. So
I think it's got to be in there, right? The stuff that like the stuff
subliminally, yeah.
Early stuff.
Raffi was
early
huge
stuff.
for me.
Early.
I did a lot of Baby Beluga.
Ooh,
yeah.
All right.
It probably influences the way that you kind of bop.
Yeah.
The
like
vibes, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Huh.
I think like in terms of songwriting, I always say like it's the stuff that you don't know that you're ripping off that you'll rip off like wholesale. It's usually the things that you rip off that you know that you're ripping off that you can kind of homage.
Sure.
But if you go subconscious that you don't even know that you're ripping it off, that's when you rip something off entirely. Right? You know what I mean? Like you can rip off an entire song of somebody if you just heard it in a grocery store one time. Like so those are the things to be really it's the unknown, the unknown unknowns. Those are always the things to be concerned about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really feel. I understand it now because it's like I used to work a lot of retail jobs and you just listen to the same like repeated like music all the time, and you're just like, man, I really don't feel like I'm influenced by Taylor Swift, but You know,
You are.
if I have to hear that song one more time, I'm probably gonna put like a gun to my head. But
Nope.
at the same time, you're like, man, that Taylor Swift song that I heard like 50 times a day definitely influenced me.
Christmas music.
Christmas music. That's when Mariah Carey unthaws, from her, ice chamber, and then
If you work retail, like that period, like from like basically like the end of November to
it's
wherever.
earlier than that, I think, at that point.
There's only 3 Christmas songs, and it's just
recycled.
It's terrible.
It's terrible,
And
but man, does it influence my music?
Yeah.
But no, I had the opportunity to listen to some of the stuff on YouTube, more specifically, No Kind of God and Rushing Lattice, and I was like thinking to myself, I was like, these guys got a great vibe, like just like fun stuff, but also like really chill, really mellow, and like something I love about like indie rock is just that it just hits that nice like that coast. I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about, where like you could be like driving in the car, you put a nice indie track on, and it's just like time just like kind of just like goes real slow. I mean, obviously you're still driving, so pay attention to the road, but it does have that kind of like, man, this I could vibe out to this. Like I could be like, man, I'll miss my turn to go home to just like hear this song just a smidge longer,
The end part of that song, Rushing Lattice, I think that was that's a little bit of like that long form kind of droney stuff.
Oof.
Yeah. So no, totally. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And I think like influence wise, that I almost thought you guys were gonna say, it gave me that kind of like Oh Brother kind of vibe. And then there's this other band that I really love, Speak Love. It's this like indie side project from the bass player of State Champs. He does this like project. It kind of reminds me a lot of that. I'm trying to think. There's definitely another one that I'm thinking of, and I can't remember it.
So I think songwriting wise, like Pedro the Lion is probably the biggest.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Could hear a little bit of that, certainly. And then I think like a little bit of like little Wilco action, So.
No, totally, yeah.
I feel like you guys hit that nice stride of like, engaging. Like I loved watching kind of the live at the Dream Cabin Sounds videos, because it's cool to hear you guys like, I love that shit. That's like Audio Tree is like one of my favorite channels to like watch people just like do those performance stuff. And I feel like it really immerses you a little bit more in terms of like watching those videos, and you're like, man, these are some cool sounds that I get to hear, and then also watch them do like, play their instruments and stuff. It's just it's just a good vibe all around, and I really appreciate that.
That's where we are right now. We're in Dream Cabin Sounds currently. We're actually here in Dream Cabins. This is live from Dream Cabin Sounds.
Live. I'll put that in the title as well. No,
yes, please. Please do that.
When was that recorded? Because I'm curious in terms of like, because it seems, like you guys were all together and enjoying that time together. Was that something like you guys wanted to do, or like had planned to do, or were you just like, man, these songs are great, like let's just release them? Was there any kind of like thought behind just being like, why don't we just like set up, in the studio and just do it live?
Yeah, I think the idea was basically just like unless you have like unless you have like a really solid concept for a music video, just the performance music videos are just like a little bit like hard for me.
Sure.
To like pantomime to the song that you recorded already, and so like being able to actually do a live version and have that be a representation of the song itself. It's a different version, so I mean, I guess if for the 100 people that that is like, my mom watched it 4 times or something, like
I watched it 4 times too. So me and your mom are on the same level now. I have to watch it one more time.
Like, I feel like that's kind of like what I'd rather put into the atmosphere than like
Sure.
doing the pantomime thing, or like
Yeah.
finding like, oh, we're gonna play in this like, warehouse somewhere, and it's gonna be all, like dark, and and we're just gonna be doing guitar throws, and
I
spin
just hope
kick.
you do one video where you just go all out.
Just all spin
I would. That would be something I'd live for.
Yeah,
It's-
not enough spin kicks in this band.
If-
It's something I've been saying since the beginning.
Not
If we
enough
had-
spin kicks.
that could be a concept, like an army of spin kickers.
Yeah.
If you could get I used to be in a hardcore band, and I remember a specific instance when people, I don't know if I'm sure you're familiar with that scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
the dance move where you do this thing, where you go like, they do this thing, and you go like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember an instance once where somebody had their cell phone. Like how sometimes people turn on the light in their cell phone when they're doing the lighter thing, and they had that on, but they were also doing this thing, so the phone was coming back, and it was like the lighter, but it was also the phone, and that's really important memory for me. So I don't know, something with like meta. Like if a bunch of people are spin kicking, but they're all like in the meta goggles or something like that. That would be good for me. Yeah.
I feel like you guys should just do like a hardcore music video as an indie band. I feel like that'd be kind of.
That's good.
What if we? Okay, here's my plan. We get meta goggles, make sure they're noise canceling. Figure out a way to noise cancel them. Tell the kids we're like fucking, I don't know, Thrice or something. And oh shit. My water pump just came on. But if we tell the kids we're Thrice, that plays through their headphones, we play our song and film them spin kicking. And tell them it's a new Meta Thrice collab. My water pump just came on here. It's gonna be about 4 minutes of this. Sorry.
It's okay. I currently have my AC running right now, so if you just hear just like a nice like hum, that's what's going on right now.
It's really hard to hear you like at all.
Yeah, it might be worth taking a quick.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so
We're just
sorry.
gonna
Yeah.
cut. We're gonna cut for like technical difficulties.
This shitty Dream Cabin sounds. They suck.
They're great. I mean, honestly, I feel like if you guys did like a super, like I said, I agree with Zach on where they just wear the noise canceling headphones, and then they just do the spin kicks. Like, I would be down to see that. I feel like there was a band I watched recently that they're on like this heavy label, and like people were like, oh, this band's not heavy enough for this label, and they're like a kind of similar. They're like an indie rock, like indie pop sort of group, and they did like the most brutal music video I think I've ever seen. But it's like pop, like indie stuff in the background, like it's like their actual music, and it is by far one of the funniest, coolest like music videos I've seen in a while. That I was just like, I just don't get it, but because the sheer fact that you trolled me into watching this video, and now I'm listening to like indie pop currently, and there's just like some dude that's like bleeding from his eyes or something like that. Like, I'm cool with that. It's great.
What band is this?
It's called. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's My Kid Brother. Let me double check.
So are they like, what label were they on? Are they're like some indie pop band on like a hard label?
So they're currently on the label. They're on Fearless Records. They're like, they're kind of like more in that like, they definitely have a lot of heavier bands. But I just think it's funny, so I'll give a shout out to My Kid Brother. Check out the music video, Split Salt. That's the one. It is great. I legitimately thought it was just gonna be like this brutal death metal band, and then it was not. So clearly I got trolled, but in probably the best way possible. So appreciate it. Big ups.
That's great.
So I'm expecting you guys. I'm expecting you guys next music video. Just gonna, I feel like you guys just gotta go all in on the whole like hardcore music video.
I think it's kind of a good idea. And I would consider it. I consider it. Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. Great. I'm glad we're getting the seal of approval here. Bob, you already know that's gonna just straight money. Straight money.
Yeah. We're
Just
gonna get
like just
5K
money
for
guns
that.
everywhere. There's gonna be so much money they're not even gonna know what to do with it. So
That's almost a guarantee at this point.
yeah, you guys are almost guaranteed to be millionaires. I'm just saying. So
No question.
no, but yeah, I do feel like you guys hit that nice stride of indie rock, and just even kind of like some of the as you mentioned earlier, just kind of that droney sort of sound, which I do love too. I think you guys just kind of mesh the sound super well, and for me, like just having some songs where if I go to like a hardcore show or something like that, I'm like, I don't really want to listen to heavier music again, so like I'll just throw on something where I can just vibe, as on my drive home, and I feel like you guys would definitely fit in the rotation of bands that I would have on that wouldn't be like screaming my ear off, in the middle of the night in Philadelphia.
Well, I appreciate that. That's great. Yeah.
It's mom approved, guys. But
We might scream your ears off in the middle of the night in Philadelphia, but not while we're playing music.
fair enough.
That's not. I'm not taking credit for that. Whatever. On me.
Well, we'll have to make sure that's a reality next time these guys are out on the East Coast. We'll have to see if whether or not that's the truth or a lie here.
I'm not getting into any shenanigans involving screaming in the middle of the night.
That's probably a good idea.
That's not me.
I feel that.
I don't know if you can tell yet, but I'm usually pretty quiet.
Just for one night, you just
one night though. If I'm in Philadelphia, everything flips.
That's true. You have to do the exact opposite of how you would normally be. So you just be like, no, kidding. Don't actually do that. I feel like that would be a terrible idea, especially in the middle of the night in Philadelphia. But the next question I have for you, Zach and Evan, what are you guys listening to more currently? What's on your Spotify? What are the daily jams?
Yeah, so lately I've been listening to just like a lot of Friends bands.
Okay.
Our friend Linda's Zhao is in a band called Sea Night, and they made a EP that I think is fantastic that's not released, and Linda sent me that EP, and I've been listening to that a ton. Gill Brothers Band, Sea Cats from Seattle released a 10 plus minute song recently. That is really really good, and yeah, just friends bands, mostly. Yeah.
So supportive. I appreciate that, Evan.
What do you think, Zach?
What do you got? What do you got?
I've also been listening to a lot of Friends bands, a lot of stuff I'm lucky enough to like work on with friends. I get a lot of people send me stuff and say, "Hey, put drums on this," and then I put drums on this, and then it goes into a hole somewhere and never gets released to the world. But that's really fun, and I feel super lucky to be able to be a part of that and do that. Also, I kind of just go back to John Prine all the time these days.
That's a good move. I like those. I like those choices. I'm gonna have to go check out all of those bands as soon as this is over with, so I can get immersed.
Check out Barf Sturdy Power.
That's the hit.
That's one my takeaway for you on this is.
I'm gonna listen to all of the bands you suggest to me, Evan. I mean, honestly, you're 5 for I don't know how many at this point, but I'm gonna say 5 for 5 because you're just.
I just want if there's any chance that you check out one band, that's the band.
All of them. I'm checking out all of them. I'm gonna rewatch this, and I'm gonna have my notepad out, and I'm gonna write down every single band.
Indeed, if I say fart enough over the course of this interview, you may check it out.
It might be subliminal. I might be like, man, I really should check that band out.
What should I listen to right now?
You're asking me what I should listen to, or you should listen to?
Yeah, what should I listen? What are you listening to?
Oh, I'm currently listening to. There's this Seattle like pop punk kind of band. I guess they're kind of like alt and pop punk kind of mixed, but they're called the Home Team.
Okay.
Real good stuff. Local homies of mine, so big shouts to them. Love them to death. Other than that, I'm listening to the Alexis on Fire's newest record. That is Chef's Kiss. We love it. Trying to think what else I've been listening to. Kind of a mix. I try to listen to a bunch of different things, but that new Alexis on Fire album's been kicking because I love City and Color. I love Dallas Green, what he does. So, to have Alexis on Fire back after I think this has been 12 or 13 years since the last album they released. So it's cool to hear them just do something completely different and vibey. So definitely been listening to that. So I would recommend those two bands right now. It's the ones that I'm listening to, right? I probably listen to a lot more, but those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Cool.
The next question I have for you guys, for people who maybe aren't familiar with Oh Lonesome Ana, what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out to get you get an idea of your sound?
Yeah, when is this coming? When do you think this is coming out?
This is coming out in hold for
Dramatic pause.
We got a dramatic pause. This, you had drum rolls, all this sort of stuff. This will be coming out on October 5th, or not October, August. This is the second time I've done October. It's August 5th. That is when it's coming.
Okay, so our record will be out at that point.
Woo!
So yeah, I don't know. Megadeth T, the song Megadeth T would be good. Probably. Yeah,
It's a good place to start.
Okay.
but I don't know. We'll listen to whatever you want. We only have one record at that time, so put it out. Go to Bandcamp and listen to whatever song comes up. If you want to,
Yeah.
and if you don't, that's cool. Just check out Farbarf.
Just check out Firebar.
Dirty Power is the record.
Zach, what do you have a deliberation on which one you would pick?
I think Megadeth is a great place to start. That kind of covers all the bases. Rushing Lattice is great too. The single that's out, available now. I really like all the songs on this record. They're a lot of fun to play, and they're super kind of unique, but also feel like home at the same time. It's neat. Yeah, you write great songs, man.
That's sweet.
Oh, that was cute. That was a cute moment. We're gonna have cute moment cam right now. I am excited to listen to the entire thing. I'm pretty sure Bob sent me the whole links, or maybe not, but I'll have to listen to it anyway. So Bob, by the time this comes out, you've already sent me the link, so kudos to you. But yeah, I had the chance to listen to some of the songs that you have out on YouTube right now, and I was really digging it. So I feel like the rest of the record is really gonna be something I'm excited to listen to. I love listening to albums front to back, so I feel like for myself, I'm very much in that. And you guys should come back on, because I do these live track by tracks where I go through all of the songs and we can break them all down and do that. So Bob, again, I'm going to be messaging you already, so we're talking future tense. It's already happened. This is
I'll absolutely will come back on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
they're already coming back on. We already agreed to it. They signed up on the papers just now.
Already signed. It's drafted, signed.
But yeah, so I feel like that would be a great way to kind of obviously go through all the songs, talk about them, then we'll actually be able to deliberate on a favorite, and that's gonna be great. I'm very excited.
Cool.
Awesome.
But guys, I'll leave links in the description to go listen to it, because it's already gonna be out. So please go buy it on Bandcamp. They have merch, go buy that too. If you like vinyl, I'm pretty sure they got that too. So just whatever.
We have vinyl, yeah. Absolutely.
All of it. They have koozies. They have
just the vinyl. No koozies.
Oh man, damn.
No shirts. No
shirts
koozies
either. Damn. You guys
On
better
the
get on
internet,
that.
if you want the other stuff, and I'm not going to tell you what the other stuff is, you got to come to a show.
Ooh, there you go.
We don't have shirts.
I feel like you guys just need to get on the merch now. That's really the.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking about making. We have a we made a shirt one time.
Yeah.
We might
Just
make one
once.
more. Yeah.
That was a limited time, one time.
We may make one shirt at one point.
Just one.
You know what, honestly, because there's no Oh Lonesome Ana tee, I'm just gonna go out tomorrow and get like a white T-shirt, and then I'm gonna Sharpie on your name on a white
That's
T-shirt.
perfect.
If you, yeah, please, absolutely.
That'll be one of one. So
Yeah, it'll be very unique.
I would be. So the
It's-
people are
it's
gonna be like,
Authorized.
oh, authorized. I got the seal of approval. Oh,
And authorized.
beautiful. Love it. People are gonna be like, man, that shitty handwriting. What the fuck is that? You know. So, I mean,
It's authorized.
It's authorized. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it's authorized on the back of the shirt,
Yeah, there you go.
just in case we run into some legal trouble.
It's who tries to stop you.
Yeah, I feel like this part of the interview might get erased out, and then I might not be authorized. So I feel like if I put it on the back of the shirt, then
Right.
Then
people would know it's legit. Official licensed product. That's what I should just.
It is authorized.
And then I'll put one of one on the outside. Just
Perfect.
so everybody knows it's just one shitty shirt. I can't carry this bit on. I'm gonna let that go. I'll let that fly away. But yeah, I'm very excited, guys. You should go give it a listen because it's out now, and it's gonna just bless your ear holes. So go do that. Following in the next question, guys, another fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
We're done.
Yeah, I don't know. Covers are like I have ideas for doing covers, and we were talking about playing this Fred Eaglesmith song called "Cigarette Machine."
Okay.
Which is, but it's always just like a you hear a song and you're like, wow, that's a really good song. We should do a cover of that, and then you end up playing it as like, does the kind of band you are, does your voice, do all these things lend itself easily to cover the song, or like
Sure,
how
yeah.
much like tweaking would it take for you to actually cover it? And so like, yeah, I don't know, Fred Eaglesmith, "Cigarette Machine."
That's great. It's a great song.
Do you have a different one, Zach?
Fred Eaglesmith. Cigarette Machine.
You guys are very go with the flow, and that's great. I feel like Evan's giving me some answers, and they've been very loose ended. So I appreciate the just flow nature. That ultimately makes it into the songwriting.
Yeah.
Never really put that
Maybe.
together, but now I'm realizing it.
Maybe so.
That was also very open. I'm just going to continue on. Anyway, the next question I have for you guys is another fun one. What is your favorite food to eat?
So I was thinking about spaghetti. It's my grandma. I was thinking about if I could eat eat food, any food. Like if I could be at a place and have. So I used to work at Whole Foods Market.
Gotcha.
And people would come into I used to work at the cheese counter at Whole Foods, and people would say something like, "Do you have this cheese from France? We were in France. We had this cheese, and it was just amazing." And so but the thing is, you're not in France. You're in Sacramento, and so I think that food is so much of food is about where you're at, who
Fair
you're
enough.
with.
Yeah.
What is the weather like?
That's true.
I was thinking about just if I could be with my grandma again and have pasta with my grandma. I feel like that'd be a nice moment to relive if I could. Yeah.
That was wholesome as fuck. I appreciate that. Zach, what do you got?
I mean, I like pizza.
That's right.
After
That's
that,
I like how Zach was just straight to the point. He said pizza, and Evan was just like, my grandmother, she was just so beautiful, and she made this beautiful pasta. And you know what? French cheese, not as good in California as it is in France.
I don't know that the quality is different. That's the point. Is that it's not? It could be the same exact
environment.
cheese.
I feel like they just slap a label on it. Could be from anywhere.
It's possible that the quality is actually lower.
That's
But it
probably accurate.
It could also be that you're eating it in a grocery store in
That's
Sacramento.
also accurate.
Instead of in a villa in France.
Pro tips from Evans. If you can eat the cheese where it's from, so
Tastes better.
it tastes better. So make sure to get Sacramento cheese if you live in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Cowgirl Creamery is in the North Bay. You might have access to some of that cheese, but it's very good.
May
I don't
have
think there's
access.
from Sacramento. That doesn't sound right. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry to anybody.
Honestly, Pennsylvania cheese probably wouldn't be any better, to be fair. So,
yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Cheese
We have
mongers
that
or
like
something.
we have that stuff that's like literally like paint lacquer. So I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for everything.
Oh, and there is. And it almost always clogs your arteries. So
Yeah. Like I said, there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for or against it, but if you'd love to have a cardiac arrest at some point, then do it up. Do it up.
Right.
Next question I have for you guys. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest feature on an up-and-coming record or a producer you like to work with in the future, who would it be?
I thought about this. I would collaborate with Zach.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Everyone writes great songs, like I said. This is good. I'm pretty stoked to work with this guy. Also, like, Ashley's probably my favorite bass player I've ever played with. She's incredibly just on point. Every note she plays is the right one and in the right place, and she makes playing easy. It's great. We got a good team over here at Oh Lonesome Ana.
Well, guys, if you want to hear this,
I just collaborate with the band that we're in.
And also, like, the same thing with Jack Shirley as far as recording stuff. He doesn't really produce, but he helps out a lot. And we recorded with him at the Atomic Garden, and I wouldn't trade that for really any studio I could think of. He's a very talented guy and a great place.
I just want to appreciate that. So off camera, Evan and I and Zach and I were talking about that they watched some interviews of mine prior to hopping on here. So I feel like Evan's doing the very like Eric Andre kind of thing where he's just like, you know, I'm gonna tell you that I would love to collaborate with my band, you know, and as much as I appreciate that, it's very meta. So if you watch this interview back and you're just like, am I just being mind fucked right now? You probably are, because that's how I feel right now. So just want to let you know that this is.
I was thinking about other people that I would want to collaborate with, and I was like, you know, there's a thing about not you shouldn't meet your heroes. Like, you know, I've met people that I really like look up to and stuff before. I'm in one of those encounters. I think I said like, I like your music. It went like that. I like your music, and that was like what I got out. So it wasn't satisfying for me, and it certainly wasn't satisfying for them. And I feel like that's just kind of always like a disaster waiting to happen. So like, you know, I like people that I, you know, we're trying to surround ourselves with, or people that I really like and that I want to hang out with, stuff, and you know, be able to be around. And I feel like, yeah, you know, you don't want to put, you know, even though it's theoretical or whatever, you know, could say whoever, but then they'll probably be a jerk. You know, they probably end up being a big jerk,
That's
and then I have
probably not right.
deal with that. So
that's true. That's true. You wouldn't have to deal with that if Zach was next to you. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, you get some clout for having a big name on your song, but then they're a jerk, and then you got to deal with that. So.
You could.
So that's all.
You could be wrong. You could be right on that. Certainly. I feel like, but I love the answers. You know, honestly.
It's not a troll at all. It's just. I thought about it. You know.
You're talking about from the heart, so I appreciate the honesty. You know, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys to go check out Oh Lonesome Ana, because all of the links are below, and this is the perfect time to just tell you that you should go give them a listen. I mean, they might be the most wholesome band on the internet right now. Arguably.
If you could check out Fart Bar Sturdy Power, I would enjoy that.
You should check out. I'm not even gonna say it. Fart Barf. Yeah.
Should we link that too? A little bit?
No, you don't need.
On their own.
Just remember that you could just be cool, just like everyone else, and go look them up on Google, and then
Right.
be
They will
enamored
pop
by
up.
their talent.
It's findable.
It is very findable,
It's
on
findable.
the internet somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just giving you some pointers. So, the next question I have for you. Oh my god, this is great. I love this. This is great. The next question I have for you guys: if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Zach,
Piano.
I would play the harp. No, I've changed my answer. I would play pedal steel because I feel like if you played pedal steel really well, you could be in almost any band that needs pedal steel, which is like probably most bands could benefit from pedal steel. So I think it's a really marketable skill.
That's
And I think the instrument is incredibly beautiful as well. It's just so complicated. Yeah. Zach plays in a band called Pharaoh and the Peach Leaves, and they're a Hunter is their pedal steel player, and it's just like this thing. It's like a full body thing where I don't know if you've ever seen anybody play it, but it's like it requires your legs, and you got to push and pull on a leg. You got to do it. It's like it's really involved, but I feel like it would be a really cool skill to have.
I agree with that. I just want to now that you're saying pedal steel should be in everything, I would just love for like an insanely stupidly heavy band to have pedal steel in it now. So that's my challenge for you, internet.
I'm sure it exists.
It would probably work, actually.
It
Really
would
well.
probably work. Yeah. I'd like to see that. So if you were the first band to do that, hit me up because I need to know that exists somewhere.
It's a good idea.
Just like
Go for
Fart
it.
Barf.
Just like Fart Bar.
That's
just a
also
good-
a good idea too. Fart Barf is
Yeah.
also a good
And
idea.
for you to check out their record, Dirty Power. Yeah. That's what I would recommend.
I feel like Evan is then gonna be like, yeah, check out Fart Barf, and then just picks up the record, and then he turns over here to another camera that's not there, and he'll be like, all right, guys, so we're gonna do a live performance. No, I'm just kidding. So, it's just like a talk
We
show
got Fart
host.
Bar if you're allowed to drink Evan's house.
I feel like if I actually do have Fart Barf on the channel now, I'm just gonna have to give you guys just the, I'm gonna have to be like, listen, honestly, would never found out about your band unless I had Oh Lonesome Ana on the channel, and now the rest is history.
There you go.
It's a good band. So
It'd be a
I would
very
rec-
full circle moment,
I would recommend checking it out.
I would also recommend checking it out, even though I haven't listened to it. But post Brandon, we'll put some text up here to go give it a like and listen.
Yeah,
So.
don't even link it. It's not necessary. It's
They can find
findable.
You can find it. It's I'm just gonna put it's findable in text above my head, and then
Please.
you're gonna have to do it.
Please.
Yeah, they'll have to. It's an obligation now at this point. The next question I have for you guys, I don't know how big of a video game fans you guys are, but I certainly am a huge nerd. So I feel like I could pass this question off to you guys. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Zach.
Man, I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and
Ooh.
that parachute looks like a lot of fun. I think it'd be fun to just explore that world and probably go with Link.
Ooh, nice. Evan,
Yeah.
do you have an
Or maybe-
answer?
That's sufficient. I don't really play video games. It's not. That's a cooler answer than anything I'd have.
Oh, this is great. I'm a little disappointed, Evan. I feel like Zach moved up in my tier list just a little bit.
I was gonna fuck around and say that I would be the goat from Goat Simulator, but
You've been playing a lot of Goat Simulator lately.
no, I just played it. I just played it one time.
Just
And that
once.
was enough.
I mean, it was okay. I don't know.
I mean, you are a go, and it is a simulator, so
If I need an answer, that's the one I'm giving.
I love it. I'll take
I
that.
think that answers.
Now you've moved up. Just we're now at neck and neck here. So I'm not keeping score, but
Not that anyone's keeping score.
But if I
Right.
was, we're now neck and neck. So
We'd be tied.
The next question I have for you guys, another music related one, of course. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Oh Lonesome Ana, who would you like to have on tour with you?
Gill Brothers Band.
Yeah, I was thinking like this is a similar answer for me. Like, I don't know. You want to be playing with people who are really popular, but also like you want someone who you can like actually talk to and stuff and relate to.
Yeah. Do you have like a friends tour that you would like to compile?
Yeah, I know. Like we're playing a few shows with Gill Brothers Band at the beginning of August. So that's my dream tour right now.
You're gonna live it. You're gonna live the dream.
Living the dream. That's what they call it.
If you don't love what you do, don't do it no more.
I feel like Evan should just go up to the Gill Brothers Band and just be like, "Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. I am touring with you right now. I can't believe it. We're gonna go on a 3-day tour, and we get to go onto the same city as you, because we're playing right after you or before you. I don't know. I don't know how the bill's set up, but man, we're playing together, and that's wonderful. So I just want to let you know that I'm just gonna be like your biggest hype person and just tell you that this is beautiful and I love you guys and
It's not going to be exactly like that. It'll probably be similar.
Yeah.
To
pretty
that.
close. Okay, cool.
Yeah, close.
I need video documentation of that.
It will not be 1-to-1, but it'll be in spirit.
Yeah,
in spirit, in the heart.
It'll be there in spirit. Yeah.
Okay.
Same
well,
thing. Spirit.
Honestly, if you just wanted to clip that and then just send that to the band, and then that would be my best. That's my best impression of Evan fangirling. So. Just saying,
not bad.
Not that anybody paid me to do that, but we're here.
It was Bob. Bob paid you.
Bob paid me. Walk that money into my PayPal account. No, love you, Bob. Big shout outs. The next question I have for you guys, in your opinion, who puts on a great live performance in terms of the bands you've seen?
Zach.
Gill Brothers Band.
You. Can't believe you. Can't believe you. I was thinking about this question. I would say Ween. The band Ween. Because I was not a fan of that band, and then I saw them live, and it was like, what is this band, and what are they doing? And so, I don't know, one of those moments where you just stop and take notice and say, oh, whoa, I've heard of this band before, but like their live show is 10 times better than any of their records. So...
Okay, I saw a band called These Arms Are Snakes back in like 2009 before they broke up, and they were absolutely phenomenal live. And I was young and impressionable back then. They're really good, like post-hardcore band from Seattle. I absolutely recommend. Not familiar?
I will have to go check that out. I love a good classic, like niche post-hardcore band
too. So they're incredible live if you have the opportunity.
Well, hopefully I feel like it has been the year of reunion within the heavy metal / post-hardcore scene. So fingers crossed that may make a return. Maybe they'll watch this and be like, you know what, it's time now.
Well, they're definitely gonna watch this, but I don't know if they'll make a comeback.
That's true.
I feel like they need to come back. I'll petition for you, Zach. Please come back. I don't even know your band, but I just want you to come back so Zach can be happy. So do it.
There you go.
The next question I have for you guys: favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Severance. Watched Severance recently.
Okay.
And then favorite movie I've seen recently is probably Pig with Nicolas Cage.
Pig was good.
Yeah.
All right.
If you haven't seen Pig, it's a cool little movie about I don't know what it takes to be dedicated to something.
Fair enough. I feel that.
Very simple premise, and it's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it's well done.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you got?
I've heard Severance is good. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good. I just finished. Actually, I'm not done yet. I have one episode left on Stranger Things season 4, and that's pretty entertaining. But yeah, I don't have that much time to watch TV or movies these days. So I don't know what the last movie I enjoyed was. Like, when I do have time, it's usually TV. I like the new Dune. That was rad.
Ooh,
That was good.
okay. Yeah. All right. I will say the last Stranger Things episode was good, but I was like, man, 2.5 hours of TV.
Yeah,
That's
long.
that's a long one, you know. So
a lot.
Was that the finale?
that was for the season. Yeah.
It's supposed to be this season was supposed to be scarier than the previous seasons.
I can concur as a non-scary person. I was like, you know, kind of like watching but not watching, you know, through the fingers, you know. I'm just a big baby. That's what I realized is that
I can relate. I didn't even watch it because I heard it was too scary.
I feel like now I'm just, you know, I just have nightmares about, you know, the main villain, you know, just fucking, you know, like he's gonna like raise me up in my bedroom in the middle of the night. You know?
I appreciate you validating my decision to not watch Stranger Things season 4.
I will say it is good, but if you are afraid of scary shit, do not watch it at your own risk. That's what I will say. That will be my disclaimer.
Yeah, my partner is a Stranger Things fan, and that's what I heard is like, this is scary. This is actually scary now. And I was like, no, I'm out.
I'm done.
Much I need to be out completely, so that was enough.
I feel like after that, I just put on something that like is nice. You know, I'll put on like some like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something like funny where I'm like, this is real life. Like this is not like some dude that's like, I'm gonna break all of your bones in your body and you're just gonna, you know, fly like float there in the air somewhere. You know,
I don't want any part of it.
Solid works, guys. The next question I have for you guys: if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month, and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would that be?
Yeah, I'd bring the "Who Let the Dogs Out" single, because if you were trapped somewhere, you would want to be motivated to leave.
And what's better motivation than that Baha Men single?
I would want something really bad, I think.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just pure motivation. There's beautiful things that aren't on this island.
And it's not that Baha Man single.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'd probably take Fred Eaglesmith's 6 Volts because I've been doing a lot.
It's a good record.
It's a good record.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like that.
I dig that song, though.
It's a great song. They're both great songs. Same song.
Yeah, it is the same song.
I just like how Evan picked the Baha Men. That was literally first thing he thought of. It was like, man, that is a terrible song.
It's a terrible story too. It was like stolen from a bunch of DJs.
Yes.
Oh, it wasn't even their song. That makes sense.
It wasn't even their song.
Yeah,
they like stole the thing from a bunch of DJs that would use that like "Who Let the Dogs Out" thing, like a call and response thing, and
that makes sense.
Music from.
Sure.
I listened to a Radio Lab, some podcast about it a long time ago.
That makes sense.
There's also a video on Vice where you can go watch it and then go over the entire Baha, like how the Baha Men started out, and that was like the main sticking point. So go watch that. It was good. I like watching this.
It's findable.
It is findable. It's findable. The next question I have for you guys, I've been asking this more currently with the guests I've been having on. What do you want people to take away from Oh Lonesome Ana, whether it be, you know, lyrically, musically, combination of the two? I feel like you guys are a bunch of cool individuals, so I feel like the vibe is going to be cool and chill, but, you know, you tell me how you guys, you know, would kind of, you know, dictate yourself, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So the things that you can't change about yourself, just try to cut yourself some slack. And then and the things that you want to work on, you know, work on them and just try to cut yourself some slack. You know, I think forgiving yourself for doing the best you can is important.
I agree. I like that. I like that take, Evan. That was kudos. Kudos. Zach, what do you got?
I mean, I kind of piggybacking on that. I feel like a lot of the songs on this record kind of take an honest look at bad situations, and it's kind of that whole just some situations just kind of suck. Cut yourself some slack. Do the best you can.
That's what the album should have been called. Cut yourself some slack.
Cut yourself some slack.
That'll be album number 2.
This is the B-side.
I'm
record.
petitioning. I'm petitioning for the
B-sides
next album to cut yourself some slack.
No.
And then it's just like a picture of just a bunch of it's just a pair of pants in the middle.
Cut yourself some slacks.
Cut yourself some slack.
B-sides and rarity.
And then it's just and then it's just a pair of scissors and then a pair of slacks and you get the joke, guys.
An instruction guide on how to sew your own slacks, and each song is a different style with the same instruction guide being.
I'm not motivated to make that record, but I could. We could, it's possible.
It is possible.
I hope you do.
It's all on the table, but that's not a current motivation. It doesn't sound that cool to me, but yeah, it sounds like a good idea. But yeah,
it could be workshopped.
Bad idea.
I'm passing on it.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna pass on it.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Shark Tank, and then you guys are just saying no deal, no deal.
No deal.
I like your personality.
Your pitch could use some work. That's what I'm really realizing.
You can't come in here not knowing your numbers.
It's just not scalable.
It's not scalable.
It is not. There's
You
no
should know your
pyramids involved.
on the back of your hand.
I should. I should.
You got to know your numbers.
And then I should just in post put a number here.
They don't even know the back of their hand that well. I don't think I could draw the back of my hand from memory when asked me to.
I also could not. But anyway, we're going to move on to the last thing, guys. The most important thing, most likely the reason you're here. Tell the people where they can find Oh Lonesome Ana. What you guys have.
At Oh Lonesome Ana.
And probably Instagram's the thing we update the most.
Yeah. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're Bandcamp.
I'm not really. Just mostly Instagram is what we'll try to update. But other things potentially.
We're there, but...
I've been trying to put blogs on I've been trying to build this website, ohlonesomeana.com. And so I've been trying to put blogs on there, but I've been having to figure out how to use this thing called Grov. And so, it's been good, but it's slow going, so it's not updated that much. So Instagram's much easier. So Instagram at Oh Lonesome Ana. Yep.
I was gonna say it's a grov, like a grovel, to do. No, I'm sorry, that was a terrible pun. I'm gonna move on from that, dumpster fire of a joke, to something that isn't a dumpster fire, which is Oh Lonesome Ana. So you should check all the links in the description. You can find out about the band on social media. The album is out. I'll leave a link for that to go listen to it. Just honestly, just take your phone out, type in Oh Lonesome Ana, the Megadeth T, and then just put that shit on all day.
It's findable.
It's findable.
If you want to.
It's findable.
Yeah, but you should feel obligated to. So
If you've made it this far, I hope you want to.
Oh wow, yeah. If you made it all the end of the video, yeah.
And you're not even going to listen to the song?
Actually, that would be kind of hard.
That would be quite the power move.
Yeah. Listen to anything. Good job to you, actually.
I watched that.
I kind of like that
long YouTube video of those guys. Didn't like them. Not going to try the music.
I say kudos to you and good work for making it through the interview to the end, and then also not listening to the music.
Don't be a disappointment. I'm going to be very disappointed in you if you actually do that. So I put a lot of time and effort to have these bands on here, and I would stand for nothing less than for you to go check out Oh Lonesome Ana. Links below. Please go give them a listen, a follow.
Okay.
If you're a vinyl fan, buy it now, ASAP. As soon as you're done with this video, I don't care if you watch 5 minutes of it or the whole hour and 5 minutes. I need you to fucking do that right now. ASAP. Buy now. It's just gonna have a bunch of like flashing words. Just buy now, right now. I feel like one of those like used car salesmen. I'm like, buy this shit right now. Here we go. Buy it. So do it. Please.
Thanks for the hype.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Also, huge thanks to Bob at Bradley PR. He is a lovely man and has lovely bands that he does PR for. So
thank you, Bob.
Very cool. Love Bob. And lastly, the most important thing, if you like this interview and you've made it all the way to the end, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure to share it because it's great. And honestly, the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this is to go check out Oh Lonesome Ana because they're fantastic people and they make fantastic music. So go give them some love. And huge thanks to both Zach and Evan for coming on tonight and doing the chitty chat thing with me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, it's
really
great fun.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.